Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Retro Gaming Rewind. I know it's been a very long time since I've actually posted a video, so I have to apologize to all my subscribers, old and new. I'll try not to do any more long hiatuses like that ever again. Just life kind of got in the way for these last few months. Anyway, on to the topic of my video here. This last weekend was awesome. I went to TooManyGames down in Philadelphia, and if you don't know what that is, it's a retro gaming convention. It's very big on the East Coast. And lots of YouTubers go there, and it's a huge draw for pretty much anybody on the East Coast who's into retro gaming or just gaming in general. And so I went down there with some friends of mine, and it was just an awesome weekend filled with some really great moments that are going to last a lifetime. And I got to meet some new friends, and meet a couple of people that I watched on YouTube. So it was just an overall amazing experience. So if you have the ability, I would definitely recommend going to TooManyGames. Like I said, it's in the Philadelphia area. Or even if you can't make it to TooManyGames, search search Google or look on Facebook. See if there's something similar close to you. Because these retro game cons are awesome. If you're into gaming at all, like even the slightest bit, it's just fun to go to these things and just be surrounded by all these like-minded individuals and to go see, the free play room where they have, basically you had all these consoles hooked up. You could play for free, arcade machines, and then of course the massive vendor room at TooManyGames. And a lot of these local cons will have a very similar setup, just sort of like on a smaller scale. But yeah, anyway, so TooManyGames, what happened? I got a lot of games. I got too many games. Go figure. So let's go through basically all my pickups here. So I'm going to start with some PlayStation stuff. I actually, kind of, just to give you guys a little bit of background, I've kind of been focusing on picking up original Xbox, Xbox 360, and PS3, PS2 exclusives. And I was mostly successful this weekend grabbing Xbox stuff. But I'm going to start with my PlayStation, just sort of like work my way around. So let's check this out. So the first game I got was Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. I played this game on the original PlayStation a long, long time ago with my buddy Big Al when he was my, I think he was my first friend to get the PlayStation. And it was a great game because it was sort of like a gothic Zelda. At least that's kind of how I remember it. So I actually kind of bought it more just curious if it's the game that I remember. So I don't know, we'll see. I got a good price on it. And then these next two, so I got these games because I'd never played them before. They're published by Sega. They're on the PS3, and I guess they were, as close as you could come to a spiritual successor for the Shenmue series before Shenmue 3 was announced, and that's a Yakuza. So I got Yakuza 3 and Yakuza Dead Souls. I've never played either game. I've heard great things about this series, so I'm really psyched to try it out. So that's pretty much it. That's all I got for PlayStation. So I'm going to move on to Nintendo. And I root for very little Nintendo stuff. I usually like to find some good NES stuff at these shows, but for some reason nothing was really grabbing me, and I grabbed a decent amount of games over the year, this year, so I don't know, I just didn't really focus on it. But one Nintendo game that I got that was pretty cool was Orcs and Elves for the DS. And I was always curious about this game. I just didn't want to pay full price for it at the time, and then I just completely forgot about it. So I saw this, and I was like, okay, I gotta get it. It's made by the guys who did the Doom RPG, and I love first-person shooters. I love, like fantasy, so I was, I kind of had to get it. I had to try it. Hopefully it doesn't suck. So, next game I'm hoping doesn't suck as well is Red Steel 2. I don't have a huge Wii collection. I wasn't a giant fan of the system, but I was kind of curious about this game. I also need an excuse for my Wii Motion Plus because, I think Zelda is the only game that I actually use it for. So it's just sort of a curiosity, I guess. And I heard this one was a lot better than the first, so I wanted to check this out for myself. All right, so now I'm going to move on to two games for Sega systems that I love. So the first one here I'm going to show you, I used to play this game obsessively back in the day, and that's Rambo 3 on the Genesis. I loved this game. I don't know why. It's just really, really fun. I love that that kind of like behind the shoulder view when you're like shooting tanks and the helicopter and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's not the greatest game ever, but I just had so much fun playing this because I was a big Rambo fan. I still am. All right, the next game. This is actually the game I spent the most amount of money on, and I actually had to trade up to get this because I had a disc-only version of this game. It's one of my favorite JRPGs, and it usually doesn't show up on people's favorites lists of JRPGs unless they're specifically talking about the Saturn. But Albert Odyssey. Very, very happy to finally have this complete in box. And I've got a case covering it, so it might be a little shiny. But yeah, this is a really, really great JRPG for the Sega Saturn. I recommend it. It's expensive now. It's in like the 200 range. Luckily, since I traded some stuff in, I didn't have to pay that out of pocket. But yeah, this is kind of a pricey one. So the only reason I really kind of paid for that is because I have some nostalgia involved. All right, so now whole lot of Xbox stuff here. All right, so not an exclusive, but Stick of Truth. I had to get this game. I had to get it. I'm a big South Park, or I was a big South Park fan. Back in the day. I don't really watch the cartoon all that much these days, but I had to give this a shot. So definitely psyched to try that out. The next one, Buffy. Chaos Bleeds. That's right. So I got this one because I really liked the first one on Xbox so much. So I had to see if this was just as good. It looks like it's probably just as good. And I think I remember reviews saying it was it's basically more of the same. So good. That works for me. This next one I pretty much got for free in a bundle deal. Crimson Sea. It's a JRPG exclusive to the Xbox. I think it's not great, but it looks cool, and I'm kind of hoping that it's kind of underrated. So I'm hoping that we thought it sucked, but it actually isn't that bad. All right, and the next one is Knights of the Old Republic Part 2. So I got this one because Star Wars. I mean, what else do you need? And I really liked the first one, so I'm in. That's all. That's all that one. That was an easy sell. This one was a very easy sell. Tron 2.0. This one was like ridiculously cheap, and it's Tron, so it was kind of a no-brainer for me. And then when I actually looked it up, I was actually kind of surprised because it actually sounds like it's a good game. So I was really, really happy to find a really good, hopefully a good game for a very, very cheap price. I'm definitely psyched to try it because it looks like a very unique first-person shooter type game. So we'll see. Next game, Silent Hill 2, Restless Dreams. So I played Silent Hill 1 on the PlayStation 2 a long time ago, but I was always more of a Resident Evil guy. So I never really played a lot of the Silent Hill games. And then I watched the movie. So that's really kind of like my exposure to Silent Hill. So my buddy Mike keeps telling me that this is the best one, so I had to try it. All right, Ninja Gaiden Black. I have the original, just Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox. I never had this or played this version, so I was just kind of curious. I wanted to try it. I got it really cheap, so why not? Now this game I grabbed because I'm a huge fan of old school hip hop, and some of my favorite rappers are in this game, so I had to kind of check this out. It's Def Jam, Fight for New York. I don't even know if it's any good, but I just really kind of banking on the soundtrack and just the fact that some of my favorite rappers are in this. I mean, there's some guys that I'm not a huge fan of either, but yeah, and hopefully the game doesn't suck. But this one's strangely going up in value right now. I don't know why, but I got a good deal on it. And this one I'm really psyched about, Outrun 2. My buddy Paul says this game is amazing. I've never played it. I love Outrun. I love Outrun games. I don't own enough Outrun games. I don't know why. There's something wrong with me. But now I'm very happy to have this. I'm going to play the heck out of that. Now, these next two games, I had to get these because I got them both for $10 together. And it's based on one of my favorite properties as a kid, Robotech. This was like a no-brainer. I had to get these. I think I rented Battle Cry way back in the day, and it was like a pretty decent game, and I'm kind of hoping that this is good. I had this toy, this like transforming motorcycle armor thing, so that was awesome. So I saw these and I was like, yes, I have to have those. Now this one is a Blockbuster exclusive, and I just like these kind of goofy golf games, kind of like Hot Shots on PlayStation, and then you have this, the Outlaw Golf Series on the original Xbox. I liked it. This is 9 More Holes of Christmas. I don't know, it's just stupid, it looks goofy, I don't know, I got it really cheap. Alright, and then this one, Batman Arkham Origins. So this one, I don't know if I'm regretting purchasing this, because as of yesterday or 2 days ago, the HD remake of the first two games got delayed like indefinitely. So I don't know if they're just fixing the issues that people spotted, on those games, or if they're like looking to add this, because I bought this basically because I didn't see it in that collection. So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully I didn't waste my money. But I mean, the Batman Arkham games are just awesome. So finally, the last game I'm really kind of pumped about. It was actually one of the last games that I found on the floor. Is this bad boy, Dodonpachi, yeah, I can't pronounce that. It's one of the Dodonpachi games. I was actually kind of worried about this one because I wasn't sure if it was going to be region free, but sure enough it is. It played on my US Xbox 360, no problem, and it is phenomenal. It's all in Japanese, so you have to, kind of fiddle with the menus a little bit if you don't understand the language, but honestly, it's not that hard to figure out. And the gameplay in this is, oh man, it's just so good. It's Dodonpachi. You guys know I love shooters, and this is a great series. So that's it. That was my last pickup. So those are my games. That's everything I got at Too Many Games. I don't know how I'm going to get through them all, but at some point I will figure it out, and I'll play all these games. But guys, until next time, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.